let's talk about holding grudges for a little bit. I touched on this on previous audios, but I got another spiritual download this morning in regards to the person who was wronged. We have all gone through something in life. We have all suffered through something, be it at the hands of others or our own hands. But today I want to talk about the person who did wrong by you. Now, I've spoken before, if that person comes to you humbly and tries to mend the broken fences and tries to move on in their life in a positive way, that you should try to forgive them. You should. And the reason why you should, it has nothing to do with you being a punk or pretending like nothing happened. You're forgiving them for you. You have to think about your future and the fact that you aren't perfect. You may or may not have already made the same mistakes that they made. You may or may not have already done damage to relationships surrounding that mistake. But even if you didn't, and you see that that person has changed their life, you see that that person has changed their attitude, they are not the same individual that they were when they wronged you, and they are humbly coming to you. They are trying to reach out to you, and you're still hung up in your angry feelings towards them. I say don't bother with them until you're ready. Let them know, hey, I'm not ready for all of this. I need some time. Everyone deserves respect. And if you are not completely over the betrayal, the hurt, or anything else, and this person is trying to move on a positive path, then it's best that you just stay at arm's length until you have your feelings resolved. Because if this person trying to do better for themselves, the last thing they need is for somebody from the past who is still angry with them to come into their life and throw them off. There are no good intentions with that. That's all about revenge, people. If you hear the motorcycles in the background, you guys already know what's going on. It's early in the morning. Everybody's going to work. I know they're kind of loud this morning. You got to search within yourself. There's going to be a point in time, and I had it in my life, where the one person who is the source of a whole lot of your pain and aggravation changes themselves and comes to you and tries to fill those empty holes, tries to bridge the gap. And I'm going to tell you, when it happened to me, I was not ready at the time. I thought I was. I even had visions in my mind. Boy, it would be nice if everything switched around. But then I realized I wasn't when I was faced with it. So then I had to go back to myself and really spend some time with myself and really sort this thing out, dice it up, and really search within my heart to find out if I was really truly ready to let this person in my life in the capacity that I feel that they should have been in. I know this is going deep for a lot of people, but every single one of us has had that person in our life, whether they are with us still or whether they passed on. We all have that person. And some of them are family members, some of them are co-workers, some of them are in a position in our lives where we can't just toss them away. They are needed in some way, form, or fashion, whether you choose to believe it or not. I've been down that road. So if you're not ready deep down in your heart, if you got some malicious intent or something against this person, still keep a distance. Don't go into their life with the fakery and the fuckery and try to make them think that you care about them. Because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. If you go in with ill intent because you have malice in your heart still, you have anger in your heart still and try to pretend that this person who has already been forgiven by their Creator and is being blessed, and you try to go back into their life with your malicious intent, you're going to be the only one that's going to suffer and fail. I'm not talking about the ones who are just stuck in the bullshit and keep going. I'm talking about the people who have put the past behind them, had their sit down with their Creator, have hashed out all their demons, and you can see their manifestation. You can see that they're living a better life. You can see that they're doing better. You can see that they're a better person. You can see these things. But your bitterness and anger has allowed you to not accept them for the new person that they are. Deep down, you want that person to suffer more. Just because you were not around when you witness their suffering and see them reach their bottom does not mean they didn't reach it. And that's the problem with a lot of you that are holding grudges against people. I was listening to a spiritual advisor the other day, and she said something profound. She said, you know what, Deanna? She said, some people, whether you believe it or not, and I know you're not thinking about it because you don't have the time, there are some people that are actually mad and triggered and upset. She said, I don't know who it is, but there's somebody who is upset that you are doing better now. There's somebody that is upset to see you walking in your power. But that person does not know that the shit that you went through to get here. They don't know. They're still angry at you for XYZ. They're still feeling revenge for you at XYZ. They're still going to other people, talking down on your situation, living in the past, bringing up past events, bringing up past behaviors to other people that still make you look negative in their light. They're still trying to rally up the troops against you because they don't want to accept the fact that you have already crossed that bridge. You've already walked through your darkness and you've come to terms with everything. And because of that, you're being blessed. And they are triggered also because you've had the courage to do so, and they have issues that they have not addressed, and they don't have the courage to walk through that darkness. Some people, bottom line, are pissed off because you're moving in your power. Think about that, people. And I'm going to tell you a couple of ways that people are pissed off that you're working in your power. This is a common one. Let's say that you decided to go back to school to get your degree or get your GED or whatever after many, many years. Not so much because your job made you do it. It's just that you want to handle the unfinished business. You don't want to go through the rest of your life without having the knowledge that you could have sought. You're in a position now where you have the time and resources where you can do it, and you just want to better yourself. And you're doing very well. You're making A's and B's. You're getting certificates and honor rolls. You get continuously getting aid because of your grades. You're really excited. And you got a handful of people that are close to you that come to you and they're patting you on the back. They're supporting you. They're giving you words of guidance. But that one person, when you come around, they got something negative to throw in there about your grades or about your schooling. Everybody else is talking about how great you are, but you got that one person, and I think I addressed this in a previous audio as an example early on, where they will say, well, with the cost of college going up and, these scholarships and things are kind of low, what you going to do next semester if you don't have any money? I guess you're going to have to, sit that one out, huh? Or here's another one. Yeah, grades are good and everything. The first couple of years you start college, you're taking all them core classes. Those are the easy classes. But when you get into your major, them A's and B's might be few and far between. You guys have heard this. And there's always that one person. You bring up something about going and take a trip for a study abroad program. Oh, well, you know what they're doing overseas? They're kidnapping them folks over there. I wouldn't go over there if I were you. It's like every time you bring up something that you do, they're saying something negative. That's the person that's against you. That's the person that has a problem with you. I'll give you another example. I'm going to let you go. Let's say that you're trying to start a business, or you've taken on a creative venture on the side, or another gig, and it's doing very well. You're getting lots of support. I don't know if you're doing content and it's growing, or if you're starting a business and you're studying a lot and you're making extra income, and everybody around you is interested in your product. But that one person will not subscribe to your page. They will not check out your website. They won't encourage other people to support your product. They won't ask for any business cards every time you have a conversation. They don't even ask about your ventures. They don't ask about your training. They don't ask about anything. They talk about themselves or something else, but they never talk about what you're doing, knowing that you're putting this energy in there. That's the person. That's the person who's triggered about you being in your power. They don't know what to do with themselves. So what do you do in this case, people? How do you handle this? Keep moving. Keep moving. But it's good to be aware. It's good to be spiritually guarded and protected at all times. I'm not saying be paranoid, because there's some people out here that are so paranoid that they're frozen, they can't do anything. You don't want to live like that, because that's not freedom. Walk in your freedom. Walk in your power. But just be aware of the behaviors that are out there. Peep the game. Peep the game. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. Peace.